to show you how to search and find and attach an item in Koha. You need to first search Koha. Today I have The Happy Camper by Melody Carlson. So first I'm going to go ahead, a quick easy way is you can scan in your ISBN from the back of the book. Most ISBNs are located there. Or on the Verso page you can find the ISBN and then you can scan it in or you can hand key it in. And now it has brought back The Happy Camper. So I want to go over all my very important information. You want to make sure the title is correct. And you always catalog from the title page. And you want to look at your author and then your publisher. And then you're going to check your paging. It's very important that you check your paging. So I have the correct amount of pages. This is a soft cover book. If it were a hardcover book, we could go ahead and attach to this. But you don't want to attach a paperback. Paperbacks are generally 18 centimeters and below. So that would be a whole different format and you would need to bring in another record. So now I'm ready to attach my item. So I'm going to go up here to New and I'm going to click on New Item. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and put mine in processing because this gives me time to process the book and get it ready before I have it ready for the patrons. So next we're going to go ahead and click on our date acquired. Even though you might have had this book setting for a while because you haven't had time to catalog it, you don't need to go back to that date. You can just say go from this date on. Then you want to make sure you put in your source of acquisition. If this were a gift, then you would put gift. If it was a donation, you could put donation. But please do not put anybody's personal name here. This is not where personal name go. This is any information like that would go in the public note. So it would go down here into the Z. But this is not where you would put a gift from your patron or other people that might have given it to you. So then you want to space and put your initials because you're the person responsible for adding this item. So then you want to go ahead and you want to put in the price. If you cannot find the price or you don't remember or it was given a gift and they didn't have a price, you can check Amazon. You can there's different resources out there to give you a price. And sometimes on the back of the book above the ISBN, it has a price. So, but I know I paid $15.99 for this, so I'm going to put $15.99. And then in the cost replacements, some libraries add an additional processing fee. We do not. So if you were going to add your processing fee, you would add it to the item here, but I'm not going to because we do not add a processing fee. So now the next important thing is your shelving location. Now, some libraries they have a special shelf location and it's in the new book. So they go ahead and they use new book because the patrons know to go to their new book shelf and look for this book. Now, the thing about this is this will not take it out of new book when it is no longer a new book. You will need to change that over by coming in here and changing it from new book to your adult fiction. But we don't process things that way. Some libraries choose to do it, and they just go ahead and put it in new book, but then they have to go back and change it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick adult fiction, and my number 8 collection code automatically pre-fills. If you were to use a new book, it would not fill in the adult books, so you would have to go in and select adult books. Now, your call number is a very, very important. It helps you find it from your holds queue when you're pulling the book for a patron, where to go find it on the shelf. If you do not know your call numbers, you can browse your shelves and see which is your correct call number. Don't leave this step out because it is very important to fill this in. So we're going to go ahead and put it in F for fiction, and we use the author's last name first and then the first name. So next is going to be your barcode. Please do not hand key these in. You will need to scan them in. This leaves less chance for error. And you don't want a patron coming to the desk and you're trying to check it out to them and it doesn't work. So always scan this in. So here is the copy number. You only need to use this if you have multiple copies of this book. If this is the only book you have, you do not need to use copy number. So I only have one copy, so I'm skipping this and I'm going to the Koha item type. Now, we have in our consortia, we use new item sharing policy to put this book in new book. So it will be a new item. Now, if you have an older book and you've had some donations that are older titles, you don't really need to put it in new book. Anything like 2020, 2019, those could be all new items. You don't need to put old paperbacks and older CD autos and stuff. You could just use your regular book. But this is a new book, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my new book. Now, in the new book, Koha has a cron job that will take it out of new book after 6 weeks. So you do not need to worry about coming back here and changing it out of new book. It will automatically roll out of new book. So you do not need to worry about that. So now you have pretty much added everything you need to add, and you need to click Add Item. So now you have added your item. It is in processing, and I'm going to go to the normal view. And here's where you would start adding your holds. If you had an auto reserve, or you know a patron who wants to put a hold, you would put your hold on it. Now, after we are done with our processing, it's ready to go to our patron, then you are going to go ahead and you're going to go to our check-in, and you're select this check-in box, and then you're going to check this in. And now it gives me a check-in message. It is now out of not for loan status, and it's not in processing anymore, and it is not checked out. And it is showing that the item is available now. The status is available, ready to be checked out. So that is adding an item when one already exists in Koha. And we've cataloged the Happy Camper, and now we're a Happy Camper.